Hey, it's Brad Davis with Nomad Cycles. Thanks for tuning in. For today, we have show and tell with a Bike Friday. It's a packing bike. It can come in pieces and pack into a smaller box or a trunk, but it's also a cargo bike. And you can see here, it is a super compact 20-inch wheel cargo bike, but with this telescoping boom, it can fit somebody from 6 something to down to 4'9" almost, or less. So it's a really versatile bike. Fit lots of people, couples, but still have the cargo capacity to put kids on the back or tools or anything else you want. It fits all the normal accessories that an Exercycle has or other cargo bike with the foot rails and kid bars and stuff. And what we've done here is we've added an aftermarket 500 watt mid-drive motor. So this guy right here is driving directly from the motor to the bicycle chain, and when that comes on, it's going through the gears. So whatever gear the bike is in, the motor is going through that gear too. You have a transmission with the motor power. Bike Friday themselves offers an electric version of their bikes. It has a smaller Tongsheng motor. This is the Bafang. It's a stronger, wider produced model. And that's what we do here at our shop is we customize bikes. We put motors on bikes. And we were really happy to have this holiday come in. It showcases what a bike can do for people's lives in a niche that hasn't really been explored as much. And they've produced a product that really makes it possible. So as part of their building this to be electrically assisted, Bike Friday provided a battery mounting spot that's perfect. So we're getting the battery under the deck there. Because the frame is low, it's keeping the weight low, even though it's on top of the frame. And this mid-drive motor being in the middle of the frame, basically it keeps all the weight centered and low so that the whole thing rides nice. That's another blessing of the 20-inch wheel, keeping that deck height low when the kids are on there. Because they're lower to the ground, the bike is easier to balance. All right, for a little bit of comparison, I put this next to one of our guys' bikes. So we got a Surly Big Dummy here, which is the long tail with the Exercycle compatible. And there's the Bike Friday Holiday. You can see them ending up okay, I'm trying to point you at. This is where the foot peg would start. It would go and then come back in here. So it's a little shorter. Like that much shorter. But still plenty long enough for 2 kids. Oh, but the deck. Right. All right, so there's an idea of that. So it's just a little shorter, but you still got all that capability. I love how we talked about this battery placement earlier, and you see this, one of ours did the same, just built an aluminum plate to put onto those seat stays. But here's a full-size cargo bike and our compact-size cargo bike. You can see even with this much more compact size, we've got like a foot off of there, but we still got a whole lot of basket on the front and kids on the back. And you can see here we got the 1,000 watt motor with the stock chain ring that we put on the Big Dummy, and this one's the 500. So you got choices. And you could put the big dog on this little bike too, but right now with the lower weight motor and battery, it's still not a very heavy bike. I'm picking it up off the ground right there. So here we go. We got the main tube right here is oval, so it can't bend. It's not, well, it can bend but not break. But it won't just turn side to side. And you telescope the boom further out for a taller human and further in for a smaller human. So it works to fit more sizes of bodies than anything I've ever seen before. So that telescopes up, and then because you already got these big telescoped out giraffe handlebars and seat posts, you just get a little bit more stem or whatever for the taller, but the frame itself can adapt. This is the 500 watt motor, Bafang mid-drive. They come in several sizes. This is a 1,000 watt that we put on the big dummy, which is like the full size, full frame version of this little packable cargo bike. So that's the 1,000 watt version. Either way, they're mid-drive, so they're going through the gears of the bike. So you see down there, whatever cog you put the chain onto, that's going to be the gear ratio that the motor's going through, which allows you to have a transmission with the motor's power as well as your own, which makes any kind of riding more, well, not any kind of riding, but makes a lot of riding more doable. So I just thought it was pretty cool. We got both of these guys here right now. So Bike Friday offered us this, or provided this nice shelf platform to mount a battery onto, so they were thinking ahead on that. At this point, after seeing all the craftsmanship that they put into building their product, I wouldn't have a hard time putting that 1,000 watt motor on here. They might disagree. They might say it might ruin the warranty. It's not, everything's got to be legal, and it's up to whoever's putting their motor on, that they're putting on the correct motor for their state and rules and everything else. So I'm not going to say that Bike Friday would support it. I just know that I support them. I'm really impressed with this. I think this can handle whatever we put on it. But with keeping with the smaller motor, it's keeping with the lightweight and kind of nimble, compact marvel that they've put together here. So we just added the mid-drive electric assist. It's a 500 watt motor with a 36 volt battery. Bike Friday actually provided a battery mounting option right here, which is genius. Sometimes we work really hard to find a place to mount a battery on something that's not standard. But we can see Kent made his own deck here. And this thing's long enough to handle 2 kids. It has all the handlebars and foot rail and stuff accessories of just like any other long-tail cargo bike. But you can see compared to this one, it's like 2/3 as long and can do just as much work. You can haul, this thing is supported. Those arms for the front basket really come out. Like, it's not just for looks. You could pile, your 3 bags of groceries in there or whatever, tools, anything else. And you can see we got the headlight down here. So we just added this one. Well, this whole thing is aftermarket, and that's our whole thing, is to take regular pedal bikes and turn them into electric bikes. This is a bike light that runs off of the main battery, so you don't have to charge it, and it's just mounted down there, so you're not going to be blinded in any oncoming traffic. And you can see underneath this hand-built wood deck that Kent made, we added a taillight too, and just used some aluminum angle with spacers, so the whole thing is sitting on there comfortably and safely. So yeah, you don't have to worry about when you're shifting, because as soon as you hit this, there's a gear sensor that's in the middle of one of these cables, and it'll turn off the motor for a split second.
Okay.
So go ahead and shift it while you're pedaling. And your number in here is your pedal assist.
Okay.
And so if you want it to help a little bit more, just push the plus button up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then were you hitting the throttle?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
It really kicks in. It's cool.
Yeah.
This can start from 0, right? Oh, yeah. Sweet.